This is part of the interview.
Yeah.
So, how has the war film genre influenced your life and how you see the world?
Well, I mean, it hasn't had a direct impact on my life personally because I've never been to war. No one in my immediate family's ever been to war before, but I have had relatives that have gone to the war. Both my grandparents served in the, well, my grandfathers served in the war. One in the Korean War, one also at the tail end of World War II. It's hard to get a lot of stories out of them because they don't particularly like talking about it. There's some literal battle scars, some shrapnel effects and things like that, and just stories I've heard. They're a little disheartening. Um, my oldest brother is actually he attempted to get into the military for a medical scholarship to be a doctor, but due to size restrictions, he was actually not allowed in the army. So we're at such a low demand for war. Literally, like the circumference of your neck they measure, and if it doesn't meet their standards to like your body weight, they do not let you into the army. Things like that.
So, is it safe to say that due to the inability to really hear the horrors of war from family members that have been in it, and due to your lack of like actual experience involved in it or meeting people that were, is the war film genre pretty much your exposure to the horrors that do happen, or the experiences, your thoughts of what war is the war genre? Has the war genre done that?
That's probably a pretty accurate statement. I mean, I don't think our age group gets that much exposure to war. I mean, most people our age don't watch the news, and I don't feel like there's a lot of news coverage on the war as of right now, anyway, or war in general. I've been watching war films since I was young. My parents let me watch them. I had an older brother, like I said before. I have a younger brother. We all like to watch the action, and I mean, I can't say that they're necessarily going to be the best outlet for like a historical standpoint for war, but they do show the horrors. They do show at least one side's point of view. I think that's actually a pretty important statement. One-sided point of view. That's what we get out of war films, not both sides.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, the scary thing is that people our age are actually the ones out there fighting, but it's either they come back and don't want to talk about it and just want to assimilate into a life like the rest of us, or don't make it back. So, yeah. Now moving on to the next question. From the movie, so we now established that you do have experience watching war films. This is how you know about the genre. What kind of formal elements make up the genre and characterize it?
Well, a major one is going to be certainly sound. You're going to have lots of gunfire, explosions, things of that nature, movement of military vehicles like tanks and things like that. You get all sorts of sound effects, like say if a grenade goes off, you get that ringing sound in the ears. It kind of just puts the viewer like in that person's shoes. It's almost like you're hearing exactly what the person would hear. Kind of gives you an insight as to how you would feel in that situation. Other things are going to be, I guess, like pacing. A lot of times you'll have lots of intense, fast-paced movements, just moving from battle to battle, things like that. But it can also slow down. It takes time to get from one point to another when you're in war. It allows for a lot of character development, talking to each other, finding out their backstories, what they've been through, things like that. Lighting, that's a little mixed as well. So you can have times of lots of darkness, fighting at night, sneaking around, things like that, or just open battles during the day that I guess just kind of show you what the area really was like, not during war, but there's a war going on and destroying sometimes beautiful places, things of that nature.
Awesome.